Hi, it's Kim here. Today I want to talk to you about an incredible experience that I had when I was 24 years old. It was basically the experience of a lifetime for me. I learned more from it than I think I have from anything in my life. I was 24 years old and I started my teaching career in regular ed, and I got a job in Compton, California, which is a small city in the Los Angeles area in Southern California. And I saw a lot of things there that I'd never seen before. And at the time, I really didn't quite understand exactly what I was seeing. Um, I didn't understand to the extent which our government was responsible for what I was seeing and what was happening to the families and the kids and the parents and all the citizens who lived there. And it wasn't just Compton either. It was something that was happening all over the country in hundreds and hundreds of other towns and cities. Um, White folks were being segregated away from people of color, purposefully, very purposefully. Most people thought it was probably like de facto segregation, like, oh, that's just where people sort of went, like where their families were or their friends were, but it's not true. It's absolutely not true. It was completely purposeful, um, done on every level of our government, to basically segregate people of color, and the impoverishment that that it caused, and it basically trapped people, trapped people of color in a no-win situation where they could never ever get out. I'm not going to go directly into the issues about that here, but the segregation was obviously technically illegal, but it was done. It was accomplished purposefully by states, cities, towns, and it was called redlining. And redlining is the practice of basically denying services and equality, um, so that people pay increased costs. They are not allowed to get loans. Basically, they're denied loans. They're denied certain places where they can live. It's all geographical and it's all based on race. Our government did this by restricting loans, by making rules where people of color could and couldn't go. They made certain housing markets off limits, basically. Prevented people from moving into certain neighborhoods. They prevented people from selling in certain neighborhoods, like doing resales even, resales. There were zoning policies that would impact um, the climate that you lived and who lived next to you. And our government adopted something called a national appraisal system, and it was based purely on two things. The first thing, it was based on what your house was like, but the second thing was based on race, absolutely purposely based on your race. And as many of you know, race is a human construct. We made that up. There's no such thing. So basically, they tried to fulfill their own stereotypes of people of color by creating no-win situations for them economically. And it was sick and it was cruel and it was wrong. And it basically made, it continues today. It made it even more impossible, or almost impossible, for people of color to succeed and to meet their human potential. Um, I'm going to start getting back to talking about Compton, because all the other stuff I was talking about earlier here, I'd love you to learn more about. And I probably will do a video on it, but right now I just wanted to tell you about Compton.